Good afternoon, folks. It's the old captain. Running a little late today. It's Friday afternoon instead of Friday morning. As you can see, it's overcast. The creek is extremely muddy, and we're going to be getting a lot of rain these next few days. So hopefully we can get done before the bottom falls out, but we've been caught in it before, so this may be another one of those times. But anyway, Louis L'Amour. I don't know how many of you read Louis L'Amour westerns, but they're classic. They're clean, they're good, they're wholesome, they always got a good story, good ending. Well, the good guy always wins, that sort of thing. But Louis L'Amour says that every man leaves a trail, just like an animal, just like when I run my cameras up the creek. You can look on the bank and tell where a raccoon's been, or you can tell if there's a heron that's walked through the mud or whatever. But Louis L'Amour says every man leaves a trail. To me, that means every man leaves a legacy. And you know, you think about, at least I hope you think about that a lot as some of us are rounding second, maybe rounding third and heading for home. But what kind of legacy are you leaving? What kind of legacy am I leaving? Recently, I was involved in a study of the epistles of John, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John. And in 3rd John, I think there's a life lesson for all of us, especially for us men. It's very short chapters, only 13 verses, but there's 3 men that John the Beloved mentions in these short few verses. And as I looked at their characteristics, I wondered where I fit in. And I want you to look and see where you think you fit in. The first fellow's named Gaius, G-A-I-U-S. Verse 1 says, "To my dear friend Gaius, whom I love in the truth. Dear friend, I pray that you may enjoy good health and that all may go well with you, even as your soul is getting along well. It gave me great joy to have some brothers come and tell about your faithfulness to the truth and how you continue to walk in the truth." So Gaius was steady. He was a godly man. He walked in the truth. Not a truth, but the truth of Jesus Christ. Well, there was a third fellow. We're going to save the second one for last. A third fellow, his name was Demetrius. And in verse 12 it says, "Demetrius is well spoken of by everyone, and even by the truth itself. We also speak well of him, and you know that our testimony is true." Now, to me, Demetrius strikes me as being another one of those steady, God-fearing men. Well, that's 2 out of 3. But the third fellow that's mentioned, Diotrephes. Diotrephes. Let's hear what John says about Diotrephes. "I wrote to the church, but Diotrephes, who loves to be first, will have nothing to do with us. So if I come, I'll caution to what he is doing, call attention to it, gossiping maliciously about us. Not satisfied with that, he refuses to welcome the brothers. He also stops those who want to do so and puts them out of the church." Now apparently this Diotrephes was a quote, leader in the church. He wanted to be the main scene, the main dog. He said, "Man, look how big my Sunday school class. Look what I've done. Look, this is my church." He wanted all the attention. He didn't want anybody coming in with another Bible study because his was the best. He didn't want so-and-so to sing the solo because, I mean, everybody knows that Diotrephes has always sung the solo. John says, when I come to town, I'm going to address those things. Well, who can you line up with? Do you line up with Gaius? Do you line up with Demetrius? Or do you line up with old Diotrephes, old selfish, look at me, Diotrephes? I wonder if these men had a song, what kind of song they would sing. I think 2 or 3 2 out of 3 of these guys would sing today's Crooked Creek Hymn of the Week. And it just happens to be number 569, written by Ira B. Wilson, who lived from 1880 to 1950. Ira writes, "Make me a blessing. Make me a blessing to someone today." Is that your prayer? Is that my prayer? Galatians 3:8 says, "All nations will be blessed through you." Has anyone been blessed through your life this week, today, last century? The last decade, hopefully not century. But where do you fit in? What kind of a trail are you leaving? Make me a blessing. 3 verses. Right in the middle of our song was a spam risk. The devil is alive and well. Make me a blessing. Out in the highways and byways of life, many are weary and sad. Carry the sunshine where darkness is rife, making the sorrowing glad. Make me a blessing. Make me a blessing out of my life. May Jesus shine. Make me a blessing, O Savior, I pray. Make me a blessing to someone today. 2nd verse. Tell the sweet story of Christ and his love. Tell of his power to forgive. Others will trust him if only you prove true every moment you live. Make me a blessing. Make me a blessing out of my life. May Jesus shine. Make me a blessing, O Savior, I pray. Make me a blessing to someone today. A little high there at the end. All right, 3rd verse. Folks, are you wanting to be a blessing, or do you want the attention drawn to you? 3rd verse. Give as 'twas given to you in your need. Love as the Master loved you. Be to the helpless a helper indeed. Unto your mission be true. Make me a blessing. Make me a blessing out of my life. May Jesus shine. Make me a blessing, O Savior, I pray. Make me a blessing to someone today. Folks, what kind of trail are you leaving this morning? Louis L'Amour would check your tracks. So, well, he's been here, he's been here, he's been there. What are you doing? Are you like Gaius? Are you like Demetrius? Or how about that old scoundrel, Diotrephes? Folks, thank you so much for joining us for this Crooked Creek Hymn of the Week. I'm kind of looking around, looking over my shoulder, because I think we're fixing to have a storm. But anyway, good Lord willing, we'll see you next time.